All right, so we're on Tuesday's warm-up. It says using the graph from Monday's warm-up, write the equation in vertex form. In order to do that, we need to know the vertex, and you guys already told me yesterday, our vertex, this maximum point right here, is located at -3, +4. That's going to be our h value and our k value. We also can tell that our parabola is opening down. That means that our a value is going to be a negative a value. So that's easy enough, but we still need to know exactly what that a value is. And in order to do that, yesterday we talked about our parent function pattern. So if we have the equation y equals x squared, that's our parent function before we translate, rotate, reflect, stretch, compress, whatever. So let's make a table of values. And 0 is generally the easiest value to start with, x squared. So we have 0 squared, which just means 0 times 0, which is 0. Or 1 squared, 1 times 1 is 1. Or we can sub in the number 2. When my x value is 2, 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is just 4. So what does this tell us? This tells us if we kind of use this vertex, the origin, as our vertex value, we should be able to make one step to the left or right and then one step up. Or starting from our vertex, we should be able to go 2 steps to the right and 4 steps up. But I don't think that's what's happening here. Obviously, we're moving down instead of up. That's why our a value is going to end up being negative. But let's see what happens. So if I start at my vertex and I move 1 unit to the right, I should, if my parabola is opening down, move only 1 step down. But we don't. That's not what happened. We moved 2 steps down. Okay? So what do I need to multiply this y value of 1 by in order to get the number 2? And it should be easy enough. 1 times blank equals 2. 1 times 2. So we know our a value is 2, and we know we're going to make it negative because our parabola opens down. So this equation ends up being y equals, our a value is -2 times x minus h. X minus a -3 or x plus 3. Remember, when you sub in your h value, it's always going to be the opposite sign. So x plus 3 squared, and then our k value, which is +4. The next problem says, write the equation of a parabola with a vertex -3, 5 that opens down and is congruent to y equals 1/2 x squared minus 3. All right, don't forget, if you're told that your graphs, your parabolas are congruent, your a value is the shape changer. That's what makes your parabola stretch or compress or reflect. So congruent, we want our a value. You also need to make sure that you identify the h and k, which is your vertex. That was given to you, your h and your k. And we also need to recognize that our parabola opens down. When your parabola opens down, you know your a value is going to be negative. All right, so we're going to rewrite our equation in the general form. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Let's sub in our values. Y equals, what is our a value? It's a positive 1/2. Why are we going to turn it into a negative value? Because our new parabola is opening down. Okay, so all we're using is the 1/2. We make it negative because the graph opens down. And now we sub in our h and k, x minus h. Remember, we always change the signs when we sub in our h value. So a -3 turns into a +3 squared, and then our k value is +5.